time or my energy. You know, so for instance, we had a club that was open down the street for a while that's now closed. I know you all may know the name of that club. I used to talk about it all the time, so I'm not going to say the name. It's right on Stanwood, right, Strathmore. So people would say, you know what, Judge, you know, you never go in that club. You know, why not? And the reason is because I didn't necessarily want to be associated with that crowd. Now, it doesn't mean it's a bad crowd, but I didn't want anybody saying, you know what, Judge Dawson, you were in court telling me I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, don't drink, don't, and then I saw you down at the club. You know, so because I'm trying to present a different level or a different type of influence, even just for somebody in this room, I want to make sure that I'm not associating with certain types of history. Now, there was a time when I would have been all up in the club, without a doubt, till it closed, you know, throwing them back, just like everybody else. But instead, because I know what my destiny is, I'm trying to separate myself from my history. And that really leads into what we're going to talk about today. One of the elements of positive change, moving to the next level, is our mindset. Because if you don't adjust your mindset, if we don't adjust our mindsets, it's going to be difficult to move to the winning circle. Now, we were just having a conversation about the Cleveland Browns. Magistrate Little said he's not as shocked that the Indians are in the World Series as he is that the Browns have not won a single game. And, you know, it's not even that it's shocking, but it's like, wow, this is over and over. Every single year we have these struggles. Some people would say that as a team, we don't have a winning mindset. I don't know. I'm not in the locker rooms. I'm not privy to those meetings. But one thing we know for sure is that if you don't have the mindset that you can be a winner, then you won't win. One thing we know about LeBron, when he came back, first thing he said was, I'm going to bring a championship to Cleveland. Boom. I mean, flat out. Now, he didn't guarantee us it would be in, 2 seasons, but he did say, I'm coming back to bring a championship to Cleveland. His mindset was fixed on doing that. At least he knew exactly what he wanted to do. So when we are trying to reach levels of success, when we are trying to get from one stage to the other, we have to change our mindset oftentimes. But the conversation tonight will be on mindset. So some of the questions that I have that we're going to go over will get us into that. And I will give credit to Bailiff Warford. I have 2 handouts. I'm not sure if we're going to get to the next one. But he told me to start with this one because it eases us into the conversation. So we're going to do that. So the first example I had, it really applied to some of the things I do in the schools, and I told you that. But let's say, for instance, you're at work and you're up for your review. And you go into your review and your manager tells you that you are horrible, I don't like anything you're doing, you're 90 days from being fired altogether. The question is here, what would you think? So I want to know from somebody out there. If you were berated, dogged out, put down by your manager in a review, what are you thinking when you leave that room? Somebody give me their answer. Go ahead.
I would think that it's unacceptable and I need to step up my performance and be more persistent.
Okay.
And resilient.
So you would think for yourself, you know what? He said all those things. That's unacceptable. I want to step up my performance. All right. Next question. How would you feel? Now this should be an easy one. How would you feel if somebody just dogged you out, told you were worthless, didn't do well, wasn't a good employee? How would you feel? Upset, right. I mean, you may even feel that he's being a little too hard on you, but at the very least, you'd be upset. And then the question is, what would you do with that information? How many people would say, you know what, I don't like the way that supervisor talked to me, I'm going to find me a new job. Would anybody leave and get a new job? No?
Depends.
Depends. So 2 may. You want to elaborate? You may leave. What are you thinking? What would you base that on?
I'd probably leave if I know I'm doing hard work and he just kind of just basing his thoughts on what he see and not if he not standing next to me while I'm working and he just see me like slacking one time and just take me to the side like, yeah, I don't like what you're doing, this and that, but he not he not elaborating on what I do that's good. He only elaborating on what I do bad.
Okay. All right. So that may cause you to leave. You got your hand up? Go ahead.
What I would do is probably sit down and try to come up with a plan to see the areas that I lack in and try to come up with a plan to do better.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to sit that there. We'll come back to that example. Example number 2. If you were walking down the street and a police officer stopped you and frisked you, what would you think then? Now let's say that he just walked up to you, because I didn't say that he had any probable cause or anything. What are your thoughts?
What's the problem?
Okay.
What description do I truly fit and what's the issue?
Okay, so you're wondering, your first thought is, why are you even doing this to me? Okay. What are your thoughts?
I would think that he assumed that I'm a criminal, you know?
Okay. So you would think that he's making certain assumptions. So with all those two, then what would you feel? Any of us, I guess, kind of like the bad review, we may all have the same feeling. How would you feel?
I'd be like, I don't like dealing with places like scared and confused and feeling because I don't know what he's doing in public. So I'm confused. At the same time, I'm scared because you never know like how they're gonna go about the situation.
Okay. So in normal interaction with police officers, you may be scared, you may be confused because you don't know what they're doing, why they're coming on you, especially if they roll up on you fast. You may not know what's going on. Any other feelings that you have when police officers stop you or frisk you?
I will feel offended, and I will feel like I'm unwanted in that specific community because you just picked me out of all people when I'm just walking. This
Okay.
is America.